Thank you, Ms. Jaspreet Kaur. And now we'll call our next contestant from Telangana, Shri R. Sursingh.
With freedom in the mind, faith in the heart, and belief in my soul, I wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon. Myself, R. Sursingh, from the youngest state in India, Telangana. I am from Nizamabad district, with Kandakutti village, the rich legacy of Dr. Keshavarao Balramji, popularly known as Dr. G, who believed that youth alone can serve the nation. When he said that the flower of youth should be offered at the feet of mother, when it is in full blossom, shedding its fragrance and beauty all around. After it has lost its beauty and fragrance, that dry and withered flower is unfit for worship. Moving any further, we need to understand two words, patriotism and nation building. Coming to patriotism, what does actually patriotism means? Does it mean just saluting a tricolor nation flag on August 15th or January 26th? Or does it mean shouting some slogans and fluttering a tricolor nation flag after winning a cricket match? No friends, at Genius Search, it's beyond. Patriotism means to keep the country foremost in our thoughts, actions, and making any sacrifice if required for the country's security, freedom, and integrity. Patriotism means having highest degree of tolerance towards our fellow being. Patriotism means love for one's own country, and at the same time, it doesn't mean hatred for other countries. Today when I speak about patriotism, my heart and mind recalls those true and great patriots like Mahatma Gandhi, Chacha Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, Alluri Azad, and Jhansi Lakshmi Rani, and many more. They are the pride of the nation. At the same time, the pictures of armed forces rotate in front of my eyes. It may be the floods in Uttarakhand, or it may be the floods in Chennai. It may be the 26/11 attacks, or it may be the Pathankot incident. Whenever the nation faces any crisis, the armed forces, the defense forces render their services. We must feel proud of them. Not only these are patriots, in my view, I can also strongly say that any common man, starting from student to teacher, from sanctuary worker to railway gangman, if he does his duty properly and sincerely, he is a patriot and doing his bit to the nation. Real patriotism consists in wiping out the tears of fellow men when facing any crisis, standing by them and the country when facing any crisis. Having understood what does actually patriotism means, now let us know what is nation building. Friends, nation means people. And building here doesn't mean masonry construction. It means future. It means the development of the country. Now let us analyze the success and failures of 68 years of independence to know what actually we need to do. On the prospective side, from cooking food with wood to use of gas, from postcards to emails, from locomotive trains to metros, from landlines to cell phones with 3G and 4G, from classrooms to e-classrooms, from lack of proper medical facilities to corporate hospitals, from pay and stay in huts to 5-star hotels, from Kacha roads to national highways, from bullock carts to flights, from reaching Mars and sending spacecrafts. Development is change. Development is visible. Change is visible. But after all, development is a part and parcel of human life. On the other side, we have child laborers in our country. We have our fellow countrymen who still starve to death. We have our fellow countrymen who don't have proper access of food, clothing, and shelter. They just live in the bus stands and railway stations without even a single blanket. And friends, we have illiteracy, unemployment, open defecation, and poverty and corruption, and many more. A country where woman is worshipped as goddess. We have faced Nirbhaya issues. Why, my dear friends? Today, we the youth lack the skills. Even after post-graduation, we don't have a job. Why, my dear friends? This is the question of $1 million. Friends, we all know that agriculture sector is the backbone of India, and near about 60% of people depend upon it. If a country like Israel, which in spite of poor water resources can make it big, why can't we change the fate of agriculture sector with resources and researchers and innovative technologies? Why, my dear friends? My simple question is that if small countries like Singapore and Japan can make it big, why can't we, the India, being the 7th largest in area, 2nd largest in population, and the largest democratic country with 400 million young people, can't make it big? Today, we the people are becoming more right-oriented than duty-oriented. We are habituated to blame politicians, government, or the administrators. but we do never pose a question to ourselves. Are we doing our duty properly? Remember, my dear friends, nation building is not only the duty of government, it is the duty of you, me and everyone. Friends, ask not what the country can do for you, ask what we can do for the country. Then only a country can develop. I want to remember a famous quote by our Major General Dilawar Singh sir, who said that nation first, character must. So let us build our character to develop our nation. Today, the vision of the country lies in our young men. We are the strength of the country. The primary role of youth here is to get good education in order to become better citizens of tomorrow. We need to think, understand, analyze and discuss on the problems what India is facing. Friends, let us do our duty properly. Let us preserve the culture and heritage of the country. Let us protect the natural resources. Let us safeguard the public property. Let us abide by our Indian constitution. And friends, today, if we youth can spare a quality time in educating a street child, it would be a great service to the nation, rather than throwing a penny or two in their begging bowls. Friends, today, we have many opportunities. Today, we can share our ideas through social media. We have already seen prime ministers and other central ministers responding through them. So let us initiate to start and to develop. And friends, I want to remember that India was never lagging behind, or India is never lagging now, or India will never lag. It is in our thoughts what we think. And friends, today, our central government is bringing many popular development programs. It may be the Swachh Bharat, which was initiated to clean India and bring better sanitation facilities in rural and tribal villages, and to end up open defecation. It may be the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana to provide banking services, banking facilities to everyone. It may be the Make in India and Made in India, which was a liberalized concept of Swadeshi movement to improve local jobs. And it may be the Skill India, or it may be the Startup and Stand Up India, which was recently organized. It was all to develop the India. It was all to provide facilities to the youth. And this program is a live example how the government is encouraging the youth. And friends, when I conclude that patriotism and nation building are like our eyes. We can't ignore any. And friends, I want to say that the spirit of patriotism must be instilled in the children from the beginning. Friends, because the seeds of the patriotism and nation building must be instilled in the students from the beginning, so that they can become a better citizens of tomorrow. And friends, I want to conclude with a quote of Swami Vivekananda. 100,000 young men and women fight with a zeal of holiness, fortified with eternal faith in the Lord, and now to lion's courage, with their sympathy to the poor, fallen and downtrodden, will go over the length and breadth of the country, preaching the gospel of love, preaching the gospel of help, preaching the gospel of salvation, preaching the gospel of social rising, preaching the gospel of equality. My faith is in the younger generation and the modern generation. Out of them will come my workers, said Swami Vivekananda. So I hope we all will join in this endeavor in building our India, strong India, and make our India as rich and stand high. And friends, remember, mother and motherland are greater than heaven. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset that any country can have. So I think we all will join in this and make our India strong. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.
शुक्रिया श्री आर सुर सिंह। और अब आमंत्रित करने जा रहे हैं कल्याणी कुमारी को, जो झारखंड से हैं।